Imagine coming home after being out of town for a couple of weeks and finding that a trespasser has entered your home without your permission. Your immediate reaction is to contact the police department to assist you in removing this individual. You are then shocked to find that you actually have no recourse or protection from the police department. This is a nationwide crisis that is currently happening due to a loophole in our legal system called adverse possession law and squatters' rights. I've been in real estate for over 16 years and I have witnessed many of these injustices. I have taken the time to extensively research this current crisis. Not only does it affect the real estate industry, but it affects and impacts families, communities, property, and property values. During my speech, we will discuss what adverse possession law and squatters' rights are. We will discuss the current crisis and explore some of the cases, and we will discuss why it is imperative that you advocate for and take a proactive stance to mandate immediate legislative reform to these laws in Texas. These laws actually stem from the Homestead Act of 1862. They were intended to encourage productive use of land and to resolve disputes over property ownership. What is a squatter? A squatter is one who settles on a property without permission and without paying rent. According to the Texas A&M University Research Center, a squatter can gain adverse possession over a property over time. The requirements to do so varies by state. In Texas, there are 5 requirements that must be met. 1 is hostile, meaning no lease. 2, open and notorious, which means it's obvious, you're not hiding. 3, continuous possession, no interruptions. 4, exclusive, meaning just you and nobody else. And 5, actual possession, as if you were the homeowner, including paying the taxes. We will continue to explore now that you know what adverse possession and squatters' rights are. According to the National Association of Realtors, 9 out of 10 homeowners consider ownership to be part of the American dream. Well, what happens when that American dream becomes a nightmare? According to Dan Croft, who is an investigative reporter in New York with Channel 7, according to his report and his video that went viral, Adele Andeloro, a homeowner who inherited her home from her parents, found in a trespasser. She contacted the local police, had him escorted. She changed the locks only to have him return within minutes with the police department, which then she was the one arrested and charged with wrongful eviction. Here in Texas recently, Paul Betancourt and the Legislative Committee held a hearing where they invited victims of squatters to share their testimonies. They listened to many horror stories, one of which was Terry Boyette. She is a homeowner in Mesquite, Texas. Terry was out of town for 2 weeks caring for her sick mother. Upon her return, she found that a handyman she had hired to do some repairs around her home had taken possession, had trespassed without her permission. She contacted the local police and was told that they were unable to assist her due to it being a civil matter. According to Terry, her home was turned into a drug den. Her possessions were sold at a yard sale, and it's cost her over $150,000 in damages and court costs. In that hearing, there was also John Sharman, which is a Precinct 4 constable in Dallas. He stated that there is actually more than 10,000 cases similar to hers here in Texas. Jerry Garcia, who is a Precinct 2 constable here in Harris County, stated that most of the trespasser cases are most of the squatter cases are not squatters, they're actually trespasser cases, which is a criminal act. He stated that these cases are bringing crime, violence, drugs, and into the community and costing homeowners a great deal of money. According to the Office of the Executive Government Office of Ron DeSantis. He recently passed a House Bill 621, which does give homeowners rights and protections against squatters. It also includes penalties for squatters. This is a type of reform that is necessary here in Texas. In the meantime, I will give you some steps that you can take to prevent becoming a victim of a squatter. 1 is to regularly inspect your property. 2 is to maintain your property so that it does not appear to be vacant. And 3 is to post no trespassing signs. In conclusion, we discussed what adverse possession law and squatters' rights were. We discussed the nationwide crisis, and we discussed why it is imperative that you advocate for and take a proactive stance to mandate immediate legislative reform to these laws here in Texas. Don't let outdated laws diminish the American dream. Take action. Contact your local government and your local officials to mandate this reform.